On to Brazil. Apparently, Bolsonaro, which I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly, maybe I'm not. If you are part of my Brazilian audience, then please correct me if I'm wrong. But apparently, this dude has proven to be a psychopathic leader in regards to what's going on with COVID-19. This is an article. I had two other ones I wanted to read as well about the same thing, but apparently the BBC and New York Times both hate me. But I tried to look at their website, so I guess we're stuck with CNN. That's fine, I suppose. COVID-19, your local resource. Please go away. So, Brazil's governor calls Bolsonaro a psychopathic leader who made unbelievable mistakes on COVID-19. The governor, Sao Paulo, has called Jair Bolsonaro a psychopathic leader in a sharp rebuke over the Brazilian president's response to the coronavirus pandemic. So, let's see here. You guys used the exact same picture twice? Okay. No vaccines, no leadership, no end in sight. How Brazil became a global threat. Oh my god. Why? Why? Nobody wants autoplay ever on any website ever. No, seriously, quick, before we get any further, to the person who thinks autoplay is a good idea on the websites, I will find you. I will. Stop. Seriously, stop. No, it's bad. It's wrong. No autoplay. Thank you. Jesus. Now let's go back to the frickin'... Okay. So, the temperature reads 95 degrees Fahrenheit on Tuesday, but the humidity made it feel worse. Amid the stifling late summer... I will read the rest here in just a second. What the hell? That was not what I expected. Okay, play. The temperature read 95 degrees Fahrenheit on Tuesday, but the humidity made it feel worse. Amid the stifling late summer Rio de Janeiro heat, Silvia Silva Santos steadied her 77-year-old mother as they walked toward the clinic gate. We've already come here twice, but she hasn't managed to get a vaccine. She just stands in line and there's no more vaccines, and we have to leave. At the gate, Silva Santos asked the guard if she could get her mother a vaccine, keenly aware of CNN's cameras watching. He quickly ushered her in. After about 5 minutes, the pair came back out, bad news written on their faces. But I think this is very wrong. Now we'll have to find out, again, when they'll have vaccines, and you never know when. The frustration rippled through the elderly crowd as person after person was denied a first dose of the vaccine after the state of Rio de Janeiro suspended its vaccination campaign because it had ran out of supplies. They said that this is a disaster, and who is to blame for all this? I think it is our leaders. Our politician sucks. Okay. So apparently their response is just not having enough vaccines? There's obviously something I'm missing here. The first article goes on to say, we are in one of those tragic moments in history when when millions of people pay a high price for having an unprepared and psychopathic leader in charge of a nation. Doria said much of the deaths in the virus in Brazil could have been avoided if Bolsonaro had acted with responsibility that the position he is in gives him. He added that Bolsonaro made unbelievable mistakes. The biggest one was having a political dispute with the governors who were trying to protect the population. Bolsonaro had repeatedly opposed lockdowns and restrictive measures and had criticized governors and mayors from implementing them. The governor added that he was facing the biggest challenge of his life as governor of Brazil's largest state, and that he had to restructure the healthcare system in record time, and tried to look for ways to mitigate the economic crisis that hit the country during the pandemic. Okay. So this is not unlike what we've had to deal with here in the United States, where we just don't have the system and infrastructure to help everybody because it's only been built up based on what people can afford right now. Autoplay should be considered a felony. I agree. 110%. No. Vivian Wanderley in the chat says Bolsonaro tried to deny COVID, and even when it was affected, even when he was affected, he still denied it. Oh, so that's the angle that we're missing here. Dude literally denied that COVID was... Okay, so he pulled a Trump. He denied it was a thing until he couldn't deny it anymore, and then he refused to do the things required to make his state safe. That makes sense. Doria also spoke about the grave state of hospitals. Their ICU units are filled up, apparently. Nearly every Brazilian state has an ICU occupancy of 80% or higher. As of Friday, 16 of the 26 states were at or above 90%, meaning that those health systems have collapsed or are in imminent risk of doing so. Remember, guys, it's just a cold, though, right? Let's see. As of Friday, less than 10 million people in the country, of about 220 million, had received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. According to federal health data, only 1.5%, 57% of the population had been fully vaccinated. That is a result of a slow rollout program that has been plagued by delays. During the announcement of its distribution plan in early February, the government promised some 46 million vaccine doses would be available in March. It has been repeatedly forced to lower that number, and now only 26 million doses are estimated to be available by month's end. Doria said that 90% of the vaccinations in Brazil were produced by the Butantan Institute in Sao Paulo, linked to the Sao Paulo government, and that by the end of August they will have made 100 million vaccines available across the country. But it's still not enough. Well, of course it's not. You need a majority of the population vaccinated before you can actually get herd immunity. He said 90% of the vaccines were produced there. It's still not enough. Okay. Vivian in the chat also points out that Bolsonaro only started to be more into doing something about it after he saw a possible threat to his re-election. Until then, no masks or any help to any... So basically, what I'm hearing is that this guy refused to engage in any type of mask mandate, refused to engage in lockdowns, refused to do anything to actually prevent the spread of this in his country before he had a vaccine, and now that a vaccine is available, is not doing enough to actually increase the production of the vaccine for everyone in the nation. He's got a nation of 220 million, and he can only vaccinate, what, 1.5% of that? Let's see here. Vaccine percentages COVID by nation. Let's take a look at vaccine statistics real quick. COVID-19 vaccination doses administered per 100 people. Israel is at the highest. United Arab Emirates next. Chile and the United Kingdom. Then the United States, and then under them, Brazil, Russia, China, Mexico, Indonesia, Bangladesh. They're even under us in the U.S. Holy shit. That's super fucking low. Yeah, population of Brazil here is showing 212 million. And yet their vaccination rate is stupid low. Like, they're about a little over 100 million people less than what we have in the United States. But compared to us, they've got almost nobody vaccinated. You're not going to be able to do anything to actually affect the spread of this thing, then. You're just going to get more people hurt. So what this sounds like to me is that not only are there issues in Brazil where healthcare is concerned, where they deny women the ability to engage in bodily autonomy, because I already did a video earlier about them forcing like children who had been assaulted to carry to term. Not only are they dealing with that, but apparently they can't even get people vaccinated, and they need it more now than ever because what's their infection rate based on this? Hold on. COVID infection rate by country. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Wait. They are second only to the United States? Two of the worst countries in regards to COVID response. And the country that is second to us is Brazil. Dude just followed the Trump playbook. He literally just followed the Trump playbook to a T. Denied that the virus was a thing. Call it a fucking hoax. Don't actually do anything to lock his country down and protect it before the vaccine is administered. And then when the vaccine is available, don't do enough to actually make it available for enough people who need it. Yeah, at least the United States is number one at something. We're number one in COVID deaths. And that's swell. Look at us. 543,000 dead. Man. America. Fuck yeah. My throne of corpses. Bolsonaro also denied Biden's victory. He's only accepted it after Biden was placed in power. Oh, yeah, no, he's literally followed the Trump playbook to a T. Except Trump still denies the victory. Oh, boy. Well, I'm not surprised to know that there are more Donald Trumps in the world. I'm just disappointed. Like, there's no surprise in me anymore when this stuff is concerned. I just get sad. It's just sad. That said, hit the like button if you could tolerate my stupid face for longer. Go in the description and check Patreon and stuff if you want to support what I do over on this channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Share with your friends if you want to. I hate the world. I hate the world. Seriously, we suck. As humans, we blow. Thank you all for watching. Insert end of video tagline here.